Alright guys, let's get started here in a second. Good morning, good afternoon. It's afternoon. I'm a night owl, so I usually wake up like right around 10:45 because I'm up to like 3 or 4 in the morning. Especially now during quarantine. I read a funny meme that said there is no hours anymore. There's only coffee time and drinking time. So hopefully you're not drinking too much, but if you are, one of my good friends, and I think this is a thing that everybody's struggling with right now, one of the things one of my good friends told me is they were talking to one of their friends who has a therapist, basically said, well, are you getting trashed every night? No, they'll be forgiving, because this is a kind of a crazy time we're going through right now, and I'm not really used to coping with not being able to do anything. So and I think that idea of just being kind to yourself no matter what you're dealing with right now is really important, because it is a really strange time for us as humans, because we're not, especially our generation, and we've never had a global pandemic where literally everyone in the world is going through the same things at the same time. Hopefully we're kind of starting to reintegrate into society soon, and hopefully we don't cause a resurgence in the virus. But regardless, we want to do yoga and do things to keep our minds and our bodies healthy during this time as we do deal and cope, and yoga is one of the best ways to do it. I also recommend Qigong. My husband and I do it every single night for 3 minutes every day. It's only 3 minutes, and basically I'll show you guys real quick what it is as we wait for people to trickle in here. So we do a horse stance, knees wide, arms out to our sides, shoulders back, core tucked in and down. And you set a timer. You can start for I started at 1.5 minutes and I worked at 15 seconds every day. And you really are wanting to focus on having a very good, strong posture here, stacking your head over heart over pelvis, chin parallel to the floor, not collapsing your arms. If you need a rest, you can drop them down and then bring them back up. And just really sinking into that pose. And we do that for 3 minutes every single day. And if we're sick, we do it twice a day, which it kind of goes against the whole that whole idea when you're sick you should rest, and when you're sick you should rest. But it has made such a difference. I used to get sick a lot, and I get sick for 2 weeks at a time. It was crazy. And we started doing Qigong, and it just started getting less and less. I got sick less often, and when I did get sick, it wasn't nearly as bad, even when it was bad. All right. So grab some water. If you want a blanket to pad your knees or a block, feel free. I'm not going to use any of those things today, but if you want to integrate them into your practice, I encourage you to do so. We're going to be playful today with our practice, playful with our breathing, playful with our movements, so it might get a little silly. So what's one of the nice things about doing yoga at home is that you're either doing it with someone who you're very close to or you're doing it by yourself. So there's nobody watching you or judging you. So please feel free to let loose here. Please feel free to just do your own thing if you're not comfortable with what I'm doing. And I really hope that this practice kind of gives you just something a little different than traditional, okay, we're going to move through our asanas. All right, let's get started, my friends. Okay, we're going to start in the seated position today. Cross-legged, head over heart, heart over pelvis, letting our hands drop to our knees, always coming into the sound of our breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If you have any yawns, you can let them go. Smiling to ourselves, and we're going to do some face exercises today. So we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to make a big O with our mouth. So breathe in, smile. Do a big cheesy smile, and breathe out, O. Breathe in. Breathing in through our nose and exhaling through our mouth. If you want to open your eyes, feel free. Feels weird doing it closed. Go ahead and loosen your jaw a bit if you want to bring your fingertips up and just massage your jaw gently. Maybe that feels really nice. Oh yeah. Let your face muscles relax. Just like totally get into it. Very mushy face. Mushy face, squish face. Mushy face, squish face. I don't know if any of you watch Bob's Burgers. Oh, it feels so good. Go ahead and let your hands wander up to your temples. Get them, go ahead and massage through there. Maybe alternating, very gentle, smiling to yourself, just letting yourself feel good. Okay, we're gonna bring our palms right to our cheekbones, so right underneath our eyes. We're gonna bring the base of our palm there, and we're gonna push up towards the top, stretch our face out, and then draw down. Wow. Feeling the contrast of pushing up, feeling really awake. Oh my gosh, and then pushing down and getting really relaxed. And we're just letting our hands kind of drag over our face muscles. And I wanted to do this first because we're touching our face, and hopefully you washed your hands before you came onto the mat. And if you didn't, I hope you washed your hands before you decided to jump into us touching our face. And then we're going to let our hands just drift back to our ears. Our ears are really important. If any of you have ever done acupuncture, we're going to just massage our ears, really squeezing with our thumb and forefinger and pulling down on the lobes, pulling out and back. We're not pulling out to the sides, we're actually pulling, we're keeping our ears close to our head, and we're just pulling our fingers, dragging them kind of back, staying with the shape of our ear and the shape of their head. We're not trying to pull away or tear into them. But the ears are really, really important. If any of you have done acupuncture, especially for like allergies or sickness, your ears are connected to the rest of your body is the idea. And massaging them, we get a lot of blood flow flowing through our head and the rest of our body. Oh, it feels so good. It just feels good. Excellent. Very nice. Oh, it feels so good. Okay. Dropping our hands to our sides. I think we did this last time. We're going to push off our right hand and not crash in, but really find strength and structure as we sink into our left elbow, drawing our right hand up and over. And then push up off of our left hand, coming down onto our finger pads, or if you want a little more, coming onto our elbow. And push up, and we're just going to rock side to side here. Really feeling a nice side body stretch, getting the blood flowing, massaging our hips and our butt just a little bit. You can hear our jujitsu mats creaking. It's like a giant whoopee cushion. Good, inhale, come back up to center. Excellent. All right, so I want to work on this today before we get into some of our more challenging asanas, because once we get there, I want you guys to just kind of be able to do it. So we're going to draw our hands to our belly. And as we breathe in, we want to breathe in, when we're breathing in yoga, we want to really breathe in through our abdomen, because we can, you can breathe in through your lungs and then breathe into your abdomen. And this is something that's taught in voice. I studied classical voice for 9 years, and I've been studying music and voice for vocal technique for 24 years. So this is something that you learn in voice, but it's also really, really important in yoga. And it's really important in anything you want to do that's challenging, because you can always come back to this moment of your breath. So when we breathe in, we're really breathing into our belly. And when I say that, go ahead and put your fingers together on your belly. And as you breathe in, they'll expand out. You'll be able to feel it. And as you exhale, your core will come in. So you can double fill. You can fill your belly, your abdomen, and you can fill your lungs. But breathe into your belly first. And this is something that takes practice, so be kind to yourself if you don't get it right away. We're still having a really good posture, stacking your head over heart, heart over pelvis. Remember, we're just paying attention to our breath. If you're like, oh, I got this is easy, go ahead and you're gonna stick your tongue to the top of your palate. Coming into an Ujjayi breath here. It's very vocal. You can hear that breath a lot. Basically, with an Ujjayi breath, we're restricting how much of our breath, the rapidity of it, how quickly it moves in and out of us. Good. So if you've got this and this feels good, we're going to close our eyes. We're going to breathe in through our nose, and as we breathe out, we're going to breathe out through our mouth. We're going to open our mouth wide, almost like we're roaring like a lion. It sounds hilarious. Breathing in through our nose, really filling up as much as we can, and breathing out. This is called a lion's breath. Good. As we come onto our hands and knees in the tabletop, bring your breath back in through your nose and out through your nose. Coming onto the tops of our feet, spreading our knees as wide as our hips, our wrists, our hands as wide as our shoulders, spreading our fingers wide as starfish. Really, oh yeah. And instead of collapsing down to the wrist today, we're going to push up and really push into the knuckles and get that nice stretch in the hands. Should feel really good. Not collapsing into the bellies here, but really lifting, having a flat back. Go ahead and come in back down to the palms, but not collapsing into the wrists, but really pushing into our fingertips, pushing into the tops of our feet as we press up and away from the earth in tabletop. Good. We're going to curl the back toes underneath. And on a big, inhaling a big breath of energy, we're going to send our hips up and back into downward facing dog. Very nice. Oh, that feels so good. There's so much we can do in this pose. It's very playful. We can walk, pedal out our heels and our feet, bending our knees on the exhale, bring them together on an inhale, bending them on an exhale, pushing up and away from the earth, pushing into the knuckles, having a slight bend in the elbows. If you want to, you can walk the big toes together and zip up through the thighs here, creating a little gap between your ankles. It might look kind of awkward almost, but it feels amazing. Really gives you a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Sending your gaze forward. We're going to think up and over as we jump or hop or step up into forward fold. So if you do want to hop, I want you to, instead of thinking of sending your momentum forward, you're sending your momentum up towards the sky. Very nice. And that should be a lot more gentle as you come down into forward fold. Dropping our head, we'll be rocking it side to side, shaking our head yes, or nodding our head yes. Shaking it no. Exhale, generous bend in the knees. Inhale, root to rise, but this time we're gonna drag, like painting our fingers slowly up our legs as we stack each vertebrae over the last. Drawing in our core, really zipping up, coming up to our chest, drawing our shoulder blades down and back, and finally bringing our head up into Dasana mountain pose. Opening our hands wide, zipping up through the core, through the pelvis. Root to rise, we're going to dip our fingertips, bring them up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Very nice. Another one. Root to rise. Bending our knees, dipping our fingertips down, bring them back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Swan dive all the way through, forward fold, plant the palms, walk or step your feet together. We're going to step the right leg back, drawing our left heel. We're going to walk it out to the side in a high lunge here. Drawing our fingers in, or our hands inside, so it should be foot, hand, hand. is what it should look like for you. And you can walk this as far forward as you want to. If you're really feeling a nice stretch, if you want a good stretch in the hip flexors, walk your foot a little forward. If you want a bigger stretch in the hips, you can walk your foot a little bit back. In your left hip, you can walk a little bit backwards. If this feels good, you can stay here, or you can slowly work your way down onto your elbows in the lizard pose. You can drop that knee if you want to. Coming on, if you are down on your elbows, you can start working your heel and your knee outwards, keeping a very active foot. We want to be very mindful of our knees, very mindful of all of our body, really. We don't want to get injured. Curling our back toes underneath and lifting the knee up. Coming into a very strong posture, knee over ankle on your left side before you do this. Good. Exhale, step that left leg back into plank. Hold this for just one good breath. And on your exhale, slowly lower and hover. Oh, that feels so good. Good afternoon. Inhaling, coming up, baby cobra or upward dog. And exhale, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Very nice. Pedaling that out if it feels good. We're finding stillness. Dropping the belly towards the thighs, dropping the head towards the mat. Excellent. Sending our gaze forward, and we're either going to step or we're going to hop, sending our hop straight up towards the ceiling. Oh, see, got a little scared there. Got a little nervous. It's okay to doubt yourself and be forgiving, because we can just do it over again. We can come back to this mat anytime we want to. Come back to our practice. Feeling good about the fact that we're here. Oh, just really enjoying this forward fold. I'm feeling good about the fact that you've been stepped on the mat today. Good job. Inhale, slowly coming up, stacking each vertebrae over the last, drawing in our core, drawing up through our chest, opening our heart space, opening up our shoulders, spreading our fingers wide as we stack our head over heart, heart over pelvis. Root to rise, sinking, sending our fingertips out and up, drawing them together. Exhale, hands to heart, swan dive all the way through. We're just going to flow right through it today, right now. Planting those palms, sliding that left foot back into a lunge. Very nice. Walking that right foot, heel toeing it out to the outer edge of your mat and drawing your hands in. So it should be hand, hand, foot this time if you're reading left to right. Excellent. Really drawing back through that left heel. If it feels good, if you want a stretch in your hip flexors, go ahead and walk your foot forward, and you can just stay here, drawing that heel back. If you want a bigger, better stretch in that right hip instead, you can keep it very parallel with your hands and slowly start to work down onto your elbows, or if it's enough to just stay there on your hands, please just stay there on your hands. If you're working onto your elbows, however, go ahead and keep that active foot and you can draw that right knee out towards the outer edge of that mat. Oh, that feels good. My back just popped. Really connecting with that Ujjayi breath. Good. Inhaling, coming back, stacking your knee over your ankle. If you came down onto your back left knee, then go ahead and draw that up. Exhale, we are going to draw that right foot back, plank, zipping up through the core, drawing a line from the crown of your head down to your tailbone. Good. Exhale, lower and hover. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, we're just going to come back into tabletop. Very nice. Walking our knees out. So they're as wide as the mat, walking our palms out as wide as the mat. We are going to send our hips down and back into an extended child's pose. Dropping our forehead. Now, I like to do extended child's pose a lot because my hips are really, really tight. But if you want a more restful child's pose, feel free, make sure you come back up in the tabletop first. We're going to change this position. But feel free to walk your knees together and send your hips back, and then walk your hands back. If you're looking for something more restful, this is a very restful child's pose. All right, wherever you are, whenever you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands forward again. Come back up into tabletop. Oh. My hair is getting in my face, and we are going to work onto our booties. All right. Sitting on our glutes, it might feel good to draw the fleshy part of your glutes out, so out to your sides here. And we are going to extend our legs outwards, curling our toes up. If it feels good here, you can keep your legs straight. But I personally feel a lot better bending them. My hamstrings are really tight. It's really important to find, to use good techniques before you really go for, like how far you can go in the pose. I hope that makes sense. So here we are going to stack our head over heart over pelvis. We're going to inhale, draw our hands up overhead, and we're going to do a seated forward fold. But before we do this, I want you to think that you're sending a huge ball of energy up and out as you lean forward and you follow with your chest. Coming down, coming down, coming down. Now wherever you land, just find peace in that pose, whether your hands are here, whether they're here. If you want to grab your feet, you can drop the head once you get here. And then once you get over here, this is when I recommend, if you want to start working on extending out the legs a little bit, playing with some more flexibility, seeing where you can go, but just doing it very gently and mindfully. If anything's painful, go back. If you can't breathe, you've gone too far. And smiling to ourselves. Inhaling in, and on the exhale, we're going to take a nice lion's breath here. Very nice. Let's do that again. Inhaling. Exhale, lion's breath. Good. Inhale, slowly drawing ourselves back. Very nice. We're going to work on a binding pose today. So we are going to draw our knees in. We're going to draw our left heel to our right hip, so it'd be pointed forward. If it's too far, you can keep it parallel, but left knee to right hip. And we're going to take our right ankle and draw over our left knee here. So we're in a bind. You can hug your knee if this feels good, and if you want to go a little bit farther. We are going to inhale up, take our left elbow, and do a twist, a side body twist. And we're moving with our elbow. Our chest and our elbow move as one unit. And we're going to hook our left elbow over our right knee. Planting our right fingertips behind us. Inhale, straightening our posture, and exhale, coming into a twist. Inhale, straighten. And using our breath to really further our pose here. If you want to take a mudra with your left fingertips, the OK sign, really feel that energy between your fingers, using that to ground you. Inhale, lengthening your posture, and exhale, twisting. Good, taking a nice deep breath here. Like I said, we're not crashing into the right fingertips, we're actually tenting them and putting all the pressure onto our knuckles. Good, on our exhale, slowly come back and release. Excellent. Extending our legs out, planting our knuckles right behind our hips, thumbs facing forward. We are going to massage our legs. Just going back and forth, tapping our knees down onto the mat. Excellent, good. Inhale, drawing our knees in. We're drawing our right ankle this time to our left hip. We're going to draw our left ankle over our right knee. So if you want to walk, if you get to this point and you're like, okay, this is a lot, you can totally, absolutely have your right knee, I'll show you guys like this, have your right knee out like this, and then put your left ankle over here. And this is going to give you a really great stretch in your hips. This might feel amazing. This might feel amazing. This might be enough. But if you want more, we're going to draw our right ankle to our left hip. Drawing our left ankle over our right knee, and we are going to, you can either hug here, wrapping our right elbow around our left knee and hugging in, or if you want a little more, we're going to take our right elbow and moving as one unit, hooking that right elbow over that left knee, sending our left fingertips back, inhaling, lengthening our pose, lengthening our posture, exhaling, furthering and twisting. Inhale, lengthen, exhale to twist. Inhale to lengthen up. And maybe you're just going a little bit further each time. Maybe you're comfortable where you're at. One more good breath. On an exhale, we slowly come back and release. Excellent. Very nice. Good work. Sending those legs out, sending our fingertips back, and we're going to give them a nice little massage. Awesome. All right. Crossing our ankles. We're going to move forward just a little bit on our mat because we are going to rock and roll. Grabbing onto our feet or grabbing onto the backs of our knees, really engaging here in the core, and we're going to curve our spine forward as we slowly lower down and roll back and forth. Excellent. Coming back up forward. And then we can slowly come back down onto our backs. I just wanted to give us a nice little playful massage. You can take your ponytails out, ladies. The bane of having long hair and doing yoga. All right. Right. Go ahead and send, plant your knees, plant your feet, plant your knees, plant your feet, plant your heels right underneath your glutes. We're going to inhale, extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw that right knee over the left, or that right ankle over the left knee. Inhale, we're going to send our right hand through that space we just created in between our thighs. And we're going to wrap our left hand around, so it's like threading a needle. We have a very we want and you need to have a very active right foot here. Good yogi toes, really supporting that knee here by extending that ankle and extending that foot. We're not pointing it. We're actually, we're imagining we're pressing into a wall. Sending our right elbow into our right thigh as we gently draw our left thigh in. And maybe this is enough. If this is good, then let's go ahead and stay here. But if you want a little more, you can wrap that around. Or if you have bad knees like I do, you can actually wrap your hands around your hamstring and send your left foot up towards the ceiling. Again, using our breath to lengthen and deepen the pose. Inhaling, making sure we're pressing out onto that right thigh with our right elbow. Exhaling, drawing in just a little bit more. Good. On your next exhale, slowly and very mindfully release everything. Extending that right leg out and bringing it to meet the left, that right foot to meet the left foot on the ground. Good. Inhale, we're going to switch sides. Inhale, extending that left foot. Exhale, drawing that left ankle over that right knee, creating space here, having a very active left foot to protect that left knee. And we're going to thread the needle. Grab the thigh as we press into our left thigh with our left elbow. We're going to grabbing the right shin or behind the right thigh here. Right behind the right hamstring. You're getting a small stretch in the hamstring too. Inhaling and extending, lengthening, drawing our chin in, not sending our gaze too far up. Exhaling, drawing that pose in just a little bit, making sure that we're keeping very active in that left foot. Good, one more deep breath here. And on your exhale, go ahead and release it all down towards the earth. Extending that left leg out and down. Let's just go ahead and extend our feet out in Shavasana, letting our hands fall to our sides, our feet fall to our sides, walking our shoulder blades underneath our chest, drawing our navel in, relaxing the belly, relaxing the thighs, the hips, the feet, the hands, the shoulders, our face. Softening our gaze and inhaling. Listening to the sound of our breath. Taking the time to appreciate ourselves. Appreciate the self-love we've given. As you move through your day, do so mindfully. There's no need to rush into anything you do. Be kind to yourself. Be forgiving. Be mindful and present in the moment, and really just enjoy the time that you have today. Find beauty in the little things. Enjoy your existence as a human. It's a very unique experience. As you do come up today, do so slowly and mindfully. If you want to stay in Shavasana, please do so. Go ahead and take some time to meditate. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing your practice with me today. We're going to draw our hands together at our heart. If you're laying down, you can draw your hands together and bring your thumbs to your forehead. Namaste. Oh my goodness, you guys are so awesome. I appreciate you being here. I hope you appreciate yourself for being here. Good job. We're coming into May. I hope your May's amazing. Okay. I'm doing a motivated May for myself. So the last week of this month, I'll be doing a liver cleanse, which is scary and going to be a lot of fun. I really like challenging myself every once in a while. So I'll be doing a liver cleanse the last week of this month, and doing a really, really strong, really good food thing. I'm cutting out for all of May. I'm cutting out all added sugars, and I'm cutting down alcohol to like once a week, if at all. So, like a glass of wine once a week, if at all. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have an amazing day. I'm here teaching yoga Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon Pacific Daylight Time. My husband and I both teach a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. It's 2 o'clock today, and next week is 2 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday. on this channel. We do gi and no gi. We would love to have you. We do have a Discord chat that should be, the link I don't think is below in this video, but it's in like every other video that we have. Please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Heart and Soul BJJ. And if you liked this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, like the video. It really, really helps. And definitely comment in the comment section what you guys want to see. If there's anything that worked well for you, if there's anything you're struggling with, I want to share your yoga journey with you. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. If you're here for jiu-jitsu in about an hour, what time is it? A little bit over an hour. I will see you then. Bye guys, have a good one.